it's going to be a fight that's anticipated.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of beef there. There's an incident in the gym that happened. I know there was a video that got put out. What happened there, and what started all like the beef, all the fighting between you and him?
Because, Caleb Plant, when he does interviews, he's a very professional guy, supposedly. He doesn't talk bad about nobody. He stays in his own lane, supposedly. But when he's on Instagram, this fucking guy, every time I'd go on Instagram, he has something to say about me. This and that, David this and that, David this and that, Jose Benavidez this and that. So, I'm not really, I didn't really want to say too much, but my brother, he's not going to take that from nobody. So, my brother, I think it was 2 weeks before his fight. And my brother, he got in his face, and then Caleb Plant, he was really scared, and then, he sucker punched my brother, and then got behind his people, and then that just, you guys.
That's when it got crazy. Yeah, it got crazy.
The video stopped, but that's all that happened. It's nothing really too bad.
So after that, there's been no contact between you and him. There has.
Talking shit to each other, bro. It is what it is. This is a sport. We're professional fighters. We're gladiators at the end of the day. So, we're gonna end up fighting anyway. So it's gonna, the more hype we could give it, the better it's gonna be. Because, at the end of the day, I am gonna knock him out, and it's gonna be much sweeter when I do.
What does this fight mean to you?
This is a legacy fight for me, obviously, and super excited about it. Fight I've been wanting for a long time, and feel like it's perfect timing.
Yeah, the dad has been saying a lot of stuff. He wasn't very happy about the demands, and they keep thinking that you're gonna somehow pull out of the fight. What's your response to those comments from them?
Sounds like he may never be happy. I don't know. I'm not really concerned with anything he has to say. He's not a fighter. He's never fought. So, he's a sideliner.
Yeah. When you look at the fight, Caleb, how do you think, because of how much you've improved, that fight goes now?
Say what?
I said, based on how much you've improved, how does that fight go now for you?
The same that it would, whenever we would have fought, me getting my hand raised. Yeah.
But how different is the fight now? Because obviously with Breadman, you look like a lot more better fighter. Now you're sitting on your punches more too.
Yeah, me and my dad, Breadman, we've been working on a lot of things. And Breadman, he's been a great addition to the team, great chemistry, and a lot of things I've been doing. But he's definitely added his own spice and flavor to it, and it's been going well.
In your opinion, because you stopped Darrell, do you see yourself stopping David?
Don't be surprised.
Yeah?
Don't be surprised. Yeah. If Ronald Gavril can drop him, So, but we'll get all that worked out soon.
Richie, what happens in that fight?
You know what happens, baby. You know what happens.
How excited are you for it?
Oh, very excited. This fight's been coming a long time, and it's the fight that has always been coming, right? These two guys have been on a collision course for a long time now, so we're finally here, baby. Time to make some noise.
I'm just hoping he makes it to the fight and doesn't make any excuses.
Why do you feel that way?
Because he's just trying to find a way out, because first of all, he has to wear rival gloves in order for him to make the fight. A 22-foot boxing ring. He wanted the blue corner. He wanted to be announced last. He wanted to come out last like a champion, and we gave him all that, So I think if I would have said, hey, no blue corner, he wouldn't fight. Is that really... something that he wants to do? I think, like I said, he's just trying to find a way. He felt pressure, and they made him take this fight because, at the end of the day, you have to fight the best, And I think, in reality, I don't think he wanted to take that fight. But I'm hoping that he makes it to the fight with no excuses.
A lot of this started popping off with the video at the gym, where I believe David and Jose Jr. Got into a bit of a scuffle with Caleb. Given that, how bad does David want to put hands on Caleb, to simply state it?
Well, everybody knows that Caleb Plant's always talking a lot of shit. So the best way to settle it is inside the ring. If he has a problem, let's make it happen. And when we had the belt, we asked him to fight him, and he didn't want to fight. Then he got a belt, and then David didn't have a belt, and he said, he doesn't have a belt. Why would I fight David? You know. Now that David got the belt again, we try to make that fight, and nothing but excuses. You know. Now I think he wants to have a rematch with Canelo. Winner of David Benavidez and Caleb Plant gets to fight Canelo. You know, it's mandatory now for the WBC, and I mean that's a good opportunity. Every time somebody fights at 168, I pay really good attention. I was watching that fight. To me, it was a boring fight. It was pretty even. He connected with the lucky shot. You know, it's not like he was setting that shot up. You know, but at the end of the day, he looked good. He dropped Anthony Durrell. A fighter that David fought a while ago, you know, and David broke him down, punished them, and took him out. And thank God that he won that fight, knocking Anthony Durrell like that, because then it makes it more interesting to fight David Benavidez.
What do you make of the comparisons some fans have made by the way David fought Durrell and the way that Plant fought Durrell, and noting that, hey, Plant got a one-punch knockout over Durrell?
I haven't really paid attention to the comparisons of the people. I mean, it to me is not. I think David looked more impressive, beating him up, cutting him up, and give him a beating, punish him. You know. But at the end of the day, I think I'm not going to take nothing away from Caleb Plant. He's a good fighter, you know. He has good footwork, and he was a champion. And I think it's a dangerous fight for us. It's not going to be an easy fight. I think the first 2-3 rounds is going to be very difficult, but I think we're going to catch him and break him. We have to break him down. We got to go to the body and put him out. That's why he asked for a bigger ring, because he knows that he needs that room in order for him to run around. So we're working on it, closing the angles and getting to him, not being too stand up, you know. So it's going to be an interesting fight, you know. We'll see the day of the fight who's the better fighter.
Right!